Hello once again, and this is part 2 of my CA final. Also, while I was uploading my first CA final part 1, I noticed that I forgot to send the link for CA2 the coding part. I only uploaded the gameplay part. So I have a link to the coding part in this one. But other than that, let's move on to the part 2 of my theory. And now we're going to look at the room, the puzzle, the option, and the pausing. Okay, first off, let's do the pausing. Basically, this is used for making the player import the string instead of what I had in CA1, where we saw in CA2 that I have them importing the string, while in CA1 I only have them importing the number. So I have methods from 1 to 7 called parse, and they will take in the player, the item, and the inventory, and the string import. Then whatever you import, it will do this. And if you do not get, if it does not move to the next room, so like if we go up here, and if you didn't press go and forward, it will loop around and go back into the room part and do it all again. Here we have a new function with a new part of the code where I add in, which is this save, which will save the current position, so you're in room 1, and all the information about player 1. Again, as I mentioned in CA final part 1, I wasn't able to figure out how to do the inventory and the item class. Also, what I changed around here, the rest is pretty much the same as before. What I changed was I took out the can complete command and put them into a separate method. I also took out the help command and put it in separate because I thought it was too messy to have all of this, and it would make it more longer and more annoying. So pretty much all of it is pretty much the same, uh, but we add in this one here, which is start, or you can input puzzle or a type start, and this will start the puzzle game, which we have here, and I'll show you in a minute. And then it would check if you win or not. If you win, congratulations, and you gain 20, and you get a health boost by 5, and you gain 20 XP, which we saw in CA1. It add the XP to the current XP and add the health to the current health. And if the player health is that, then get hit. Oh, I'm sorry, I had to put that in here. Sorry about that. That's supposed to be the punishment. We don't want that to happen. We wanted them to get uh, an attack boost, which I'll fix up in the, later on. So now we move on to room. Again, nothing much have changed here. Uh, we just have been passing in the item, the choice. In room 1 and 8, there is no checkpoint, but in all the other room, we have this thing here, which we call the checkpoint, which is used to save the current player and room position, but it will erase inventory as a consequence. I had an idea that if you want to save the game, you're going to have to take some consequence, i.e. lose all your item bar 2. which is the 2 starting one. I thought that would be more fun than being able to save. I got that idea from games like I Want to Be That Guy Gaiden, which make all like normal item, like it's a Super Mario type game, but it make every action you do even harder. Or it's like the Walking Dead series of game, which your whatever you do might consequence your character or people around you. So now we also have here and the choice. We'll load up the choice of each room, get the option of the room, and then pause and wait for input. Here we have load list, which will load all the room that correspond with the vector. This load the style you want the room to look like. Next we have option. This is where we get the rooms for a thing. This outputs the room information and the option that correspond to the room number and its function. Again, we have the 2 basic constructors. A deconstructor. This here is to load the room, and we have it going get the name, space, get description, and exit. Here we have what it's supposed to look like, and we'll see if that looks like it later on. Okay, now since we got those 2 out of the way, I'll fix that. We'll move on to the puzzle. This puzzle I have gotten from the person I got this puzzle from was from our lecturer on Moodle, and I improve on it. I improvise onto it, adding images of a man being hanged and reading a word from text file. So basically, the code is a hangman game. Sorry. Which only the maximum wrong thing you can have is 7, and I added in the word. This is where I added this into the coding, which allowed me to read the word from a text file and put them into an array, which is used as the word instead of the words that he had there. So it will take the words in, and it will pick from the list of words that you have added in and put it out. Well, it will showcase this what if you get it wrong, and show you it keep going down and down and down until you get it wrong or not. I had it returning true or false method instead of what he had it in the main. I have it as returned as false if you got if wrong is equal to the maximum wrong, and true if you get it right, and then the word thing. And as we saw in past, it should receive a reward of like gain 20 and getting a attack boost if they have more than that. Here is something else I added, which is it draw out the stickmen as they're being hanged. So it starts down here and basically move up and up and up and up and up and up until you die. So in turn 7, the user is dead. The only problem is, for some odd reason, it only showcases this side and doesn't showcase the other side. So it only showcases like this half here and not this arm and these legs, which I found confused, and I don't know what's wrong with that, so I just left it as is. Okay, finally we are looking at the save function. And here is the save function. This is used to I have it an offstring, which put it out into a file which I call save place, and we have it saving the current position and player info. Again, I couldn't be able, I didn't know how to do the inventory, and I would probably learn that probably over the Christmas period, and try and make my another text-based game during the summertime. And basically, it will put out the player name. So as we saw earlier, we can get the player name from the player class, get the race, get the health, get that, and then we'll output the room number. In the load function, it's pretty much the same, but I added in this. I did this kind of thing where it go as you were taking a nap, some of your items were stolen. Pretty much, because I wasn't able to do the inventory thing, I had it so all your items get stolen as a cover up for my unable to do that part. And then I have all these int and string. Then the if string in vil, which would load in all the thing, and then we recreate the player from the text file. So we put the name and the race, then we set their health to be whatever health they have here, health the damage to this, and XP to this. We also add the first two items, which uh, were not useless in throughout this game, back into the inventory, and then we move on to the get room with the inventory and all that. And then we'll move up to here, and if we look for whatever this is equal to, it will go there and then move to that room. Okay, now I shall show you some of the text file. So for save place, I have it so we're going like I was in room 6 and my XP is 30, my health was 7, my attack was 3, and that's what my name and race. For the puzzle game, I have all this as my word would bring in, and then you have to guess which one is the thing. It's pretty hard because I decided to go for gigantic words, but if you weren't able, if let's say someone who doesn't know C++, wanted to change some of the stuff, they can just go to the text file and change some of their words around to make it more easier for people. My option, as was used in the first thing, and again, if someone doesn't know how to use things, they can go here and change it up to make their own text-based game. And then the enemy name, again, change it up. Okay, that was part 2 of looking at my code, and in part 3 we shall play the game. Thank you for watching, and again, hope you have a good Christmas, and bye.